Hello YouTube, and welcome back to Let's Play Bloons Wiki Deluxe Edition. In this episode I'm going to be taking on one of the extreme courses, which will probably be pretty difficult, but you know. I think I have a tendency of doing good on tracks that are difficult, I think, maybe not. I say that I started that sentence with confidence, but I did not end it with confidence. So anyways, I'm going to be doing what I just said I was going to be doing. Gotta go all the way over here to the right. I'm not really sure why it takes so long for it to load all these courses. Let's see, did I time that right? No, okay. So now Main Street, I'm going to be doing it on hard, which will probably actually be very hard. Purchase Main Street for 25 monkey money. Okay, because it takes 25 monkey money in order to attempt it each time. So, going to use this. Not sure where the best angle for that would be. I'm going to put it there. So the thing that makes this difficult is that there's two lanes, and it's very simple. Like, it's just a very straightforward lane. Like, literally straightforward. So, what makes that problematic is that, that means that I can't really, like, curve around a bend or, do anything fancy, I suppose. I don't know. It just makes it difficult because there's not much room for me to actually do anything, I guess. I don't know. Not 100% sure why this is supposed to be so difficult. I've beaten it before I started this whole Let's Play thing, and I don't think it was that hard. I don't remember it being too difficult, but it is extreme, so you should probably expect the worst. It's not like the actual wave is going to be any different than usual, I suppose, but yeah, I don't know. It's probably gonna feel pretty easy to me, but I probably shouldn't speak too soon. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna go with my usual strategy, kind of. It's gonna be two boomerang throwers and a spike factory. I'm putting the spike factory here because I just want to place one rather than have two that I have to deal with, or not necessarily deal with, but have to upgrade. Just by putting it here, the boomerang throwers are going to be popping all the balloons, or most of the balloons that will be coming up from the normal wave, which, I mean, they're all going to be normal wave but balloons, but anything that the boomerang throwers don't pop, the spike factory will be able to use as a safety net. And I think with just that upgrade, I'm going to get, or just the spike factory, no upgrades, I'm going to now get a bionic boomer. Which I think I might even not even get a glaive thrower, just one bionic boomer, just to increase the attack speed so that they're able to pop all the balloons by being able to attack fast enough to switch lanes or whatever. Because here in particular, bionic boomer would be better than glaive ricochet, just because it's there's not much room for the glaives to actually ricochet off of balloons, and because there's two paths, the balloons are a little bit more separated, which doesn't make a huge difference, but it can make a difference, I suppose, depending on the actual wave setup and the distribution of the balloons. Distribution, I guess? I don't know. But, anyways, still recording this the same day as I recorded that direct assault. It was like 2 minutes after, or whatever. Probably less than 2 minutes, but, so yeah, I'm still sick, because it's the same day, so can't really change how sick I am in the same day. I mean, I'm sure you can, but you know what I mean, I suppose. Probably gonna sniffle a lot, which is probably a better way to describe what I was trying to describe in the last episode, all disgustingly and whatnot, but yeah, it takes me a while. What round is this, 14? And I'm still saving up for a bionic boomer. I don't know why I thought it would be cheaper, or that it'd be quicker to get that much cash or something. I don't know. But yeah, there's this thing that I want to talk about that I'm kind of apprehensive about talking about for some reason. And because I saved up that much money for bionic boomer, I'm just going to get the glaive thrower for it once I have enough money. But I want to talk about the tube cruise. You might have heard about it if some of your other favorite YouTuber people are talking about it or whatever. But the tube cruise is basically a cruise. Well, I would describe it as like VidCon on a boat. It's a much smaller version of VidCon, and it's on a boat, it's on a cruise. Next August, from the 17th to the 21st, I think, are the dates where leaves the 17th, gets back on the 21st, obviously. But it's a cruise where there's a bunch of YouTubers that will be there. They're doing Q&A and signing and some performances, because a lot of them are musicians. I really want to go. And I feel like as I'm saying I really want to go, I feel like I'm saying it in a can I please go type of way, like I'm asking you guys if I can go. Obviously whether or not I'm allowed to go isn't necessarily up to you, but whether or not I have the money to go is kind of up to you. Obviously it's up to me to put out the videos that are good enough content for you guys to watch and for you guys to not mind the ads and all that, but just the money that I get from YouTube is, but it's not my only source of income, and technically it's not even a source of income yet because I don't actually have any income from it. But I'm hoping in a year I'll get some money by then, which would be really helpful. And it's going to be really expensive to go, and I do have a job, so I'm going to be trying to do that, and I'm going to be trying to get, or I might be trying to get another job on top of this one so that I can actually make enough money to afford to go and to afford paying off some of my student loans, because if I just save up a bunch of money for a cruise and then ignore all my student loans, that's not very responsible and it would not be a very good idea. So basically, I'm not sure where I'm going with this. If you guys are interested in going to the tube cruise, that'd be pretty cool. If any, I mean, again, I'm assuming it's not like only for Americans, but because it's in America, like you leave in Florida and then travel through Mexico a little bit and then go back to land or port dock back at Florida, I guess, I don't know. Since you start and leave at Florida, I'm assuming it's more easy. It's easier for Americans to go, but if you have enough money to visit America for a week or two, just to go on this cruise, then that'd be pretty cool. If you guys were able to do that, and then if I was able to go on the cruise and then you were able to go on the cruise, then I could meet you and say hi or something. I wouldn't be like one of the VIP guests that has like their whole Q&A signing and stuff, but that'd be kind of interesting if I could meet some of you guys there. So just saying, that'd be kind of cool. And I lost 4 lives because of that yellow balloon that made it past the spike factory because it was too slow in putting out spikes or whatever. But yeah, just felt like talking about the tube cruise because it's something that I really want to do, but because I've never been able to afford that much money to put into something like that, just a cruise, and because I know that none of my other family is really into YouTube the way that I am. My brother does watch some YouTube videos, but he's not, I guess you would say, as obsessed as I am, like, because he does have his music on YouTube, and he's going to be starting a gaming channel soon, or sometime soon. It does make sense that he does have some sort of like attachment to YouTube, I guess, but he doesn't really know any of the YouTubers that have been announced for YouTube Cruise yet. So even if he did go with me, like as not really a chaperone, but just as someone to keep an eye on me, because it would be like me alone on a cruise off seas or whatever, I guess, or not off seas, but I don't know, but you know, just I would need someone there, I guess, with me. Not that I personally would want someone there with me, but just that my parents probably wouldn't want me going on that alone, even though, you know, I'd be 22 going on my own, so, you know. Anyways, so yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, I don't really have anyone else in my family that would be as interested in going on that cruise, aside from the actual cruise aspect of it. But yeah, again, I don't really know where I was going with that. It was just something that I felt like talking about. So yeah, this one strategy, I mean, again, I do have deluxe upgrades and specialty buildings, so that's what makes these 2 bionic boomers really awesome. Basically, like basically the strength of like 4 or like 6 bionic boomers packed into these 2. But yeah, that was a I was gonna say that was a, this is gonna sound terrible, but I was gonna say that was a good snort. But anyways, not gonna repeat that. Let's just put a nice tower here to help out, because again, this is kind of what I would think makes a level difficult or not difficult, is how much time you have to pop the balloons that are here, and that's why the ice tower is a really useful support, specifically with the Arctic wind, but also helpful without it. Is just by slowing down the balloons, you're giving yourself more time to pop the balloons, so that even though you only have a small amount of track to pop the balloons on, by making them go slower, you have even more time, therefore you can get more popping power out and all that. This still isn't an amazing strategy or amazing defense against Moab class balloons. Right now it's just good against normal class balloons. but I still even have a little bit of a weakness to camo balloons, because right now my Spike Factory is the only thing that has any kind of camo detection, and it's not too great of a tower because too great for a camo detection in particular, because it's because generally the camo balloons that are going to be coming in now are going to be pretty fast, and they might get through a couple layers, or a couple balloons might get through because the Spike Factory doesn't have enough time to actually lay them out. So in that case, what I'm going to do is get a monkey village, and mortars might seem like a good idea here because they'll be moving slowly through this one spot where all the balloons are going to be passing over this one spot, so I can just use the mortar, place it right there. Seems like a good idea, but because that means that they'd have to be halfway through the level by then, or halfway through the course by the time they actually get anti-camouflaged or uncamouflaged or whatever, then I'm going to say no. I'm going to use Monkey Village so that just my towers in general have camo detection, rather than have to rely on the mortar, which is still a decent strategy. You could still probably use that and it would be helpful, I suppose, but I'm going to go with the Monkey Village because it's a little bit more dependable. Started around 45. The next camo balloons that I can really think of, I think, are around 49, but yeah, I'm pretty sure my Spike Factory will be enough till then, I suppose. And wow, that was actually kind of close. Really glad I had that ice tower there to help that out, but I've really expected them to pop that a little sooner, but I guess it makes sense, so not a big deal. And okay, around 47, there's a bunch of pink balloons, but my Spike Factory can take care of pink balloons quite nicely. Quite efficiently, just because it has enough popping power in all of these. And I think even I have a deluxe upgrade that makes the Spike Tower, or Spike Factory, even more efficient, which I didn't even realize that I think I do have that deluxe upgrade, which could be why the Spike Factory Boomerang Thrower is so effective, because I have deluxe upgrades on them. But right now, my only weakness really is camo balloons and Moab class balloons. I don't have a great defense against Moab class balloons, but I'd say it's still half decent. Obviously, I was able to pop that other Moab balloon, or that Moab, not Moab balloon. That'd be kind of redundant, unless I said Moab class balloon. But anyways, so now around 49, just more of the same basically at this point. So do I want bomb tower? Could use a monkey buck in here to get rid of some Moab class balloons. Well, I think instead of that, I'm gonna get some Spike Factories. Right here, if I can fit that right here. Can I? I guess I can't. Or, oh yeah, right there. Gonna build this one to a Moab Shredder Spike. That way I've got some Moab Shredding ability, some anti-Moab, which actually I probably should put it where the Ice Tower is, but because the Ice Tower is there and it's really helpful right there, I'm just gonna keep the Moab Shredder Spike over here, and then I'm gonna build another one on top right there, which I may need to move my Monkey Village for. Just to make sure I have enough room there. But with that Moab Shredder Spike there, or these two Moab Shredder Spike factories, I think that's going to be it for my defenses, really, as far as determining what types of defense I need, basically. Because the Bionic Boomers and the Ice Tower, specifically working together, are really powerful. Because the Bionic Boomer has really good attack rate, pretty decent pierce, interesting attack pattern, which helps the one on the top right pop balloons on the bottom left a little bit a little bit easier, and the one on the bottom left is not useless, but not as helpful, I guess, just because of the angle that it's at. But anyways, what am I doing now? Now, basically I just wait until I have enough money to build something better. Because having those two Moab Shredder Spike factories will be helpful with getting past the Moab class layer, Moab class balloon layer, Moab layer, whatever you want to call it. The Ice Tower will be helpful for stopping the ceramic balloons that are popped or trapped inside, not trapped inside, but hiding inside the Moab layer. So basically, I won't say it's unstoppable because I'm sure there's going to be some balloons that get past this, but it's a pretty good defense in my opinion. And actually, just to add to the, well, I don't need to place it yet, but just to add to the defense, I'm going to add a balloon chipper right on the other side of the Ice Tower. That way it can help out popping the Moab balloons a little bit easier. And I haven't really been using Moab Maulers very recently, specifically on this stage because there's not that much room for the Moab Maulers to do their popping, and because there's two tracks, or two paths for the Moab class balloons to go down, then it makes it a little bit more difficult. Not a huge deal, but so far this extreme level has been quite easy. I think I've had more trouble on like the Castle Siege or the Great Divide or something like that. This level isn't that hard because it all focuses on one single point, which I can easily defend with the other towers that I have. So yeah, and a random question. How many of you remember when I did the Dungeon Defenders Let's Play? Which I still need to finish, by the way. I will eventually get back to that, but obviously you know me and getting back to finishing things. Not very good at that, but say that I'm strongest. But what do you guys think of Dungeon Defenders? Have you ever played it, or just a second? Yeah. Anyways, have you ever played Dungeon Defenders? Have you ever watched my Let's Play or any other Let's Play of it? I think it's a really good game. It is a really good game. It appeals to a lot of different demographics, I suppose, different play styles or whatever. It appeals to me in different ways just because of the different play styles, but I do want to redo that Let's Play. Instead of just continuing it, I think I want to like actually redo all the episodes just because, you know, I didn't have great motivation, I guess, or I don't feel like I was as entertaining, although at the moment I'm not really being that entertaining, honestly, but I don't know. I feel like I could do better, and I don't want people to see that I'm reposting it and thinking like, oh, well, he's just doing it because more videos, more views, more money type of thing. Like, that's not the mentality behind it. It is true that by making more videos, I am getting more views and making more money, but that's not the intention behind it. The intention is just that I want to make good quality videos, and if I make like 3 seasons of Dungeon Defenders that are really bad, and then I make one good one, then everyone watches that good one, they're like, oh, I want to see more, and then they see the bad one, they're like, oh, well, I don't want to watch this guy anymore, or something like that. I don't know, I just want to make it actually good content, even though I'm not really sure how to do that very well. I don't know. But anyways, might as well make this one a spiked mine, just make it more powerful, or no, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go with, actually I'm gonna go with the Monkey Town to get more money out of the balloons that I'm popping, because it's only round 62, still 22 more levels, because it's now round 63, so let's explain my defense a little bit better. I'm sure some of you already understand, because you've been watching my, if you've been watching my videos for a while, then you'll understand this strategy, or if you're just good at this game, you probably understand why I'm building this way, but, so what I'm doing is, Bionic Boomers for relative attack speed. Very great early game, very helpful late game as well. Ice Tower to deal with the clumped together balloons and just to give myself more time to actually pop the balloons, because the freezing effect keeps the balloons clumped together, and the balloons that are clumped together all get popped and frozen together. Does that make sense? The Spike Factory started off as camo detection and extra safety net, but now it has moved into anti-popping balloons in general. Moab Treasure Spikes specifically against Moab class balloons, and then the Balloon Chipper can also pop Moab class balloons, specifically the BFBs and the ZOMG, because they can pop those a little bit more efficiently than other balloons, because the size of the balloon doesn't necessarily affect how effective the Balloon Chipper is. It kind of does. It's more about the number of balloons, of Moab class balloons, that affects the Balloon Chipper's effectiveness, but that's why I have the Moab Treasure Spikes, because then they can help out as well. And then, what else? The Monkey Village is there because it adds the camo detection and increases attack rate. And the Balloon Chipper is really helpful. It's really nice about having the Balloon Chipper there, in addition to the Moab Treasure Spikes, and having it so close, which I think what's happening is that when the Moab class balloon gets sucked up into the Balloon Chipper, then the Moab class balloon, it has a big hitbox. So when it's in the Balloon Chipper, it's close enough to get hit by the road spikes, by the Moab Treasure Spikes. So that's helping it get popped down even quicker by the Balloon Chipper, which is really helpful. And I could be wrong about that, because I think last time I mentioned something like that, someone corrected me or something in the comments, but I don't remember what the exact situation was. So yeah, I think that's what's happening. I'm actually going to get Viral Frost, even though I probably don't need it, and then Spike Storm on the other one as well. Again, I don't think I really need it, but I think getting those upgrades is just nice because I have enough money for it. But yeah, Bionic Boomers also help with the Balloon Chipper, because I think the way that I understand the Balloon Chipper is that it'll suck up a large amount of balloons or a large balloon, and then while it's in the suction power, it's constantly losing layers because of the balloon chipper, but then also other towers can still hurt the balloons within the balloon chipper, and that will decrease the layers even more. And normally, if you have, just hypothetically, I think, if you have like a pink balloon, gets sucked up, gets hit down to a yellow balloon, if a dart monkey or something hits it to hit it down to a green balloon, I think that spits it back out, because it can't really hold a single balloon for a long time. But with a Moab class balloon, because it takes multiple layers, or multiple hits per layer, while it's still in that Moab layer, it's able to be hit by other defenses, other monkeys, as well as that single balloon chipper, so that I can get all those layers down quicker. That way it's helpful then when you're using Moab class balloons, because you can chug through those Moab class balloons quicker, but it's not as helpful with normal balloons, because then, to me, it feels like you're reducing the effectiveness of the balloon chipper by popping it yourself. But I could be wrong about that. I haven't really looked into it that much. So anyways, this round 70, just a bunch of rainbow camo, and then a couple Moab class balloons at the end. I kind of feel like putting a Moab Shutter Spike on the side of the ice tower, so that I know that the Moab class balloons are more easily being popped by the others, I guess. Because you could tell that some Moabs are getting popped faster than others. And I think that is because of the bionic boomers and because of the road spikes. Probably more because of the bionic boomers rather than the road spikes or the Moab Shutter Spikes. Just because the actual bionic boomers their glaives are right there, being near the balloon chipper. So that makes a little more sense. But I think the road spikes or the Moab Shutter Spikes are also helping a little bit as well. So, anyways, I think now, because of what I'm seeing, I think I'm going to get a bomb tower, but instead of whatchamacallit, Moab, or instead of Moab Maulers, I'm going to get Bloon Impact, because I like that area of effect damage, because the frozen balloons are obviously being frozen, and they're getting kind of clumped together. So I think having that Bloon Impact, massive, even the cluster bomb, having that big area of effect will be really helpful for popping some of those frozen balloons, especially when they get clumped together. And then Bloon Impact is also helpful for smaller tracks, because then it stuns the balloons for a little bit to slow them down, lowers their feet per second movement speed or whatever. So yeah, more time to pop them and all that. So yeah, that's basically the reasoning behind my defenses. I think it's a pretty good strategy, and I feel like, oh yeah, clearly I've only lost 4 lives because of that one yellow balloon that made it past, that one yellow camo balloon that made it past my Spike Factory. But what was I gonna say? It is also because of the deluxe upgrades that I have, specifically the Bionic Boomer, the Double Renga deluxe upgrade, and then also the bigger beacon on the Monkey Village, and then the golden spikes, I think, for the Spike Factory. Those 3 are definitely my most useful, and the Big Balloon Sabotage, to make the Moab class balloons half health once they enter. So that's very helpful, and does add to the power that I have, which is why this is so easy, even though it's on extreme, and I'm doing it on hard. That is the reason why, or at least one of the reasons why it's so easy. I would like to think that my actual strategy is helpful, that I'm actually using a decent strategy, and that's why it's also helpful, that it's not just, oh, I have deluxe upgrade, so obviously I'm going to win type of thing. It's because I'm actually being smart about it, kind of. I would think I'm being smart about it, but I don't actually know, compared to other people that are more like professional with this game. And I get why people think or feel that deluxe upgrades are cheating, because obviously it does make things much easier. But again, I always rationalize it to myself, because I had to beat levels without the deluxe upgrade to earn the monkey money to get the deluxe upgrade, which of course after a while I started using the deluxe upgrade, which made it easier to get the monkey money for the other deluxe upgrades. But still, like, I actually earned it. I didn't put in a cheat code, I didn't spend real money, I didn't bypass some rule. I actually used the system that's in the game to get things that were actually part of the game. Like, it's nothing outside the rules of the game that I'm using. So I understand why it would make it easier, but I wouldn't call it cheating. And I wouldn't call it like unfair or anything like that. It's nothing that no one else can do type of thing. So, you know, that's my whole rationalization of it. Even though I'm sure some people still disagree, or maybe even agree with what I'm saying, but still prefer to watch someone that doesn't use the lens upgrade or something, which I get, but, you know. Anyways, so let's see, what am I doing? I'm waiting and yawning. Yeah, odd time for a yawn, but, yeah, I think this is pretty much it for my defenses. Anything else that I'm buying, it's just because I have money for it, not necessarily because I think I need it. Spike factories especially haven't really been as useful, or not necessarily that they haven't been as useful, but they haven't been used. They haven't been as needed, as necessary, just because all the other defenses, especially now that they have radar scanners, that they have camera detection, very powerful, very capable of defending themselves, don't really need a, what's called, a safety net anymore. So the spike factories are a little bit superfluous at the moment. They usually are. Spike factories, in my opinion, are generally more of a defensive measure rather than an offensive measure. And then Ice Tower is more of a support tower. Even Bloon Chipper is more of a support for Moab busting. It's never really used as the main Moab busting, especially when you get to this point when there's so many Moab class Bloons, because without any other support, the Bloon Chipper would not be useful enough to get past the Moab class layer, or all the Moab Bloons, because there's so many and all that. But anyways, Bloon Chipper, in my opinion, the only useful strategy for it is making it a super wide funnel, and then maybe getting one or two extra just to deal with the multiple Moab class Bloons, unless you have a defense that's similar to mine, where you only need one Bloon Chipper to get rid of all these Moab class Bloons, in addition to the Moab Treasure Spikes that here are being a little bit more useful. But yeah, I don't know, for the people that suggested and before I forget, because I've been wanting to ask this, the Icelandic person who says that they're Icelandic and all that, how do you pronounce your name? Because I want to refer to you by name and not just as the Icelandic person, but I don't know how to pronounce your name, because the way I see it, or the way I would think to pronounce it, because it's Gylfi, I think, would be Gylfi, or Gylfi, or Galfi, or something. But I feel like if it's Icelandic, it probably has a different pronunciation than English, so I'm most likely mispronouncing that. So it would be nice if you could let me know. And for anyone else that feels like maybe they have a strange name that's hard to pronounce or whatever, feel free to let me know in the comments how to pronounce it, because if I ever want to refer to you by name, or refer to you as a commenter person, then it would be nice to refer to you by name and not just as that one person who said that one thing, or that Icelandic person, or something like that. So yeah, if you're hearing this, please let me know how to pronounce your name. In I guess not necessarily pronounce it in English, but just pronounce it for someone that speaks English and doesn't know Icelandic, which is, I think, is pretty cool that Icelandic is its own language. I didn't mean anything offensive by saying that it wasn't. I don't think you said that you're offended or anything, but just, I don't know. I feel like I probably come off more offensive when I'm talking about other cultures than I mean to be, just because I really don't know anything about other cultures, and I'm not sure what would be offensive or wouldn't be offensive or anything like that. So yeah, I don't know. I've got a lot of money in this game, not in real life. If I had a lot of money in real life, the cruise would be no problem. But yeah, anyways, if I had 26,000, 23,000 in real life, that'd be amazing. 23,000 cash, like dollars, US dollars, be really useful. Man, I'd like that. And oh, another thing, random topic, since we're on the topic of money and all that, I saw that apparently someone started a Kickstarter because they're making potato salad, and it's just so ridiculous that it seems like it's gotta be a joke. Like, they did not really mean that as like a serious, they need a Kickstarter for potato salad, and they're getting so much money for that Kickstarter for just potato salad. It's just ridiculous that, like, really, there's people that actually have things that would require a lot of money, that need a Kickstarter, need support, that don't get support, and then this guy's getting so much money for potato salad. Like, that had better be some really good potato salad, and a whole bunch of it. Like, it's just ridiculous. Like, it makes me want to do a Kickstarter for a computer, and to go on the tube cruise, and like better recording equipment, and a better chair, and maybe even like my own house, if that guy's getting that much money for potato salad. Like, it's just ridiculous. But anyways, Yeah, I'm just gonna do the other. For some reason, I thought that was the play button, but I'm gonna do the other extreme Bloontonium Lab in the next episode, and then I'll probably do the medium and easy reverse and all that later. But oh yeah, I just realized you can't do apocalypse or a sandbox mode on this, or deflation. That's interesting. But anyways, so yeah, that's gonna be it for this episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.